Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Python Bootcamp series. Before starting this session, I would just like to say sorry to all of you because I was not able to post since last week because my throat was not throating and I was not able to speak for an entire hour to teach you. But now, as my throat had been healed and now I can speak, so I am recording this session now. And starting with in today's session, we are going to cover loops in which we will be covering both the for loop and while loop. Both of these loops are very important in Python. So this is in total our seventh session of this Python bootcamp series. And without any further ado, let's just directly dive into a presentation. Just a second. Yes. So this is our seventh session, and in this we will be covering loops. Loops are very important topic of Python, and what they actually are. Actually, as of now, what we were doing, we were just writing statements, and they were being executed line by line. And when we study conditionals, then there we can control the which statement will be executed after which one, because there we will be writing if, and if that condition will be true, only then the sub block of code which is written inside the if block will be executed in that case. But if that condition was not true, we can manipulate the flow of in the flow in which the statements will be executed. So that's why all these statements, if else statement, if elif else statement, and these loops, they are functions also. What will be functions? We will be covering them in the next video, in the next very session. So all of them are used to manipulate the control flow of the statements in which they are being executed. That is the reason they are also known as control flow statement, flow control statement. So that was an overview. As of now, we have done if else statement, control flow statement, and now we will be starting with our session and we will be doing loops. But before that, general disclaimer that I give in my each and every session, that if you have not watched the previous sessions, this is our seventh session of Python Bootcamp series, and if you have not watched the previous six sessions, then please go and watch them because it is a continued series. If you have not watched the previous sessions, then you will not be able to cope up with the contents that I will be covering here because it is totally linked with the previous things we will be doing. We will be using the things that we have covered in past. So let us just directly jump into a presentation. Yes. So as always, we will be starting our session with a positive quote, which just says that life. Wonder. Yeah. Life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful. How beautifully it is written. Basically, your life can be beautiful without being perfect. Means there will be certain problems, there will be certain challenges in your life. But the thing that you have to remember and do is don't be frightened, don't be overwhelmed by those problems, and just know that it is okay to have problems and the life can be wonderful with that problem. It's just that how you learn, you have to learn to deal with those problems and have to learn how to live with those problems. It is very important, and when you once do that, it will be very wonderful, and you will not feel them as problems anymore. You will just get to used to it, not used to it, you will learn how to be happy with those problems and how to glorify them in a way you want. Without any further ado, let's just directly see the contents, what we will be covering in this session. First, we will be seeing while loop. There are basically two types of loop. Let me just write it. In today's session, we are covering loops, right? We will be covering loops. What are loops? I will be telling that also. And there are two types of loop. First one is the while loop. First one is while loop. and second one is for loop. Now, what are both of them? What is the difference between them? How we use them? What is the syntax? We will be covering each and everything. So just stay tuned. Now, first of all, we will be covering while loop. After that, we will be seeing for loop. Then we will be also seeing range function. What is range function? It is basically a function, and it is very important to learn the use of for loop. We will not be studying the functions here, but we will be specifically studying about the range function because it is very much important to use for loop. So we will be covering for loop, and after that we will be covering range function in order to know how to use for loop. So this entire block is kind of same. It is for loop only. After that, we will be seeing break and continue statements. What are break and continue statements? They are used to exit the exit the block of code. Which block? Exit the loop, I will say. After that, we will be having some practice questions because you all will be knowing that it is not possible to learn any coding language without actually prac- without actually practicing them. So we will be covering the practice questions also. So with the help of which we will be able to understand the entire flow. We will be able to understand the entire things that we will be covering. So let me just directly dive into presentation. And one more thing that I would like to say, that if I am not focusing on you, I am watching at the side. It's just because my laptop or my MacBook is I have placed it in this very side, because if I will be placing it here, my face will not be visible. So that's why I am focusing outside. It's not that I am reading something or I am ignoring you guys. It's just because my laptop had been placed on side, so I have to look aside. I will be trying to focus because my camera is placed in very much front of me. So I will try to focus on that. Now let us just directly begin with the session. I think this much talk is enough. Now before starting the session, let me have some water. After that, we will be covering. First, we will be studying while loop. So this is the syntax of while loop. How we use while loop. In order to use while loop, this is the syntax. First of all, we will be writing while. While is a keyword. Okay, what are keywords? Keywords are reserved words that we can't use as the name of variables. After that, we will be writing a condition. Now, what that condition would be and how it will be affecting our code, we will be seeing that inside our code. After that, a colon. Then the statements that I need to be executed, statements that are needed to be executed, and remember to always put a tab space here. If you are using VS Code, then you don't have to put a tab space explicitly because VS Code will be doing that work for you. So directly let us jump into our code editor and see what are loops and why we use them. After that, we will be seeing the usage of while loop, because now what will be happening in classes, theory will not be that much to cover with to give a lot of time. It is not needed for theory. We will be just seeing the codes and how actually the things work. I have explained you the syntax. Now we'll be seeing how to use that syntax. But before that, what is loop and how? Why do we need loops? So my basic answer is, if I have a need to print, let us say hello world. Okay, it is simple. I can write print hello world. Now, where the problem comes, if I want to print hello words 100 times, what will I doing? I can copy paste this 100 times, but by this, or my code will be very long. Forget about 100 lines. Let us say if I have to write the same code 1,000 times, a million times, not million, million will be very much greater number that I don't think that will be actually needed in any practical scenario. But still, if I need to write a code n number of times, then there will be a repetition in my code. As you can see, as of now, I have only written 16 times, and still it is looking very messy. And readability. What is readability? The ability to see or to understand the code clearly. that is readability, that of code, readability of code is also decreasing, and it is also taking too much statements, and it is also not looking nice. My code is getting very much cluttered because there can be a shorter shortcut in which I can execute these statements n number of times without writing it n number of times, only writing it single time. So that is what loop is. As the name suggests, loop is used to run a single line or a part of code. See, here I have taken statements to be executed. In total, they are written in 3 lines. For example, here I have a block of code of 3 lines that I want to execute, suppose 5 times. I want to execute these statements 5 times. Then what I will be doing is I will be placing it inside a loop and manipulate my loop in such a way that they will be getting executed 5 times. Now, what does it mean? We will be using loop. By using loop, we can adjust the number of times a single line or a block of code being executed. So just by, if let me reduce it 10. If I want to write print hello world 10 times, then it is not necessary that I should write it in this way. I can use loops. How we'll be using them? I will be showing you just in a moment. And one another example can be, suppose if I want to print 1, I just want to print the counting from 1 to 100. Then I can't write like this, print 1. After that, I will be writing print 2. After then, I will be writing print 3. It is not practically possible. Here, loops come into pictures. There are two types of loop. First, we will be seeing while loop and how to use that. As here the syntax suggests, first we have to write while keyword. After that, we will be writing a condition. Now, what is that condition? First, I will be writing while. After that, a condition. See, this while had been changed to purple color because it is a keyword, and the system is already, not system, the interpreter is already recognizing it that it's a keyword. Now, what will be I doing? I will be writing a condition. Suppose my condition is till the time x is greater than 5. And first I should write just x equals to, suppose my x equals to 0. Okay. And now I will be writing print x. This is a very simple code of loop used to write counting from 0 to 5. For that I now just see that what is happening. First I have defined that x is 0. Now I am saying while x is greater than equals to 5, till that time print x. Now what will be happening? Just see. There's a very not very there's a big mistake in this code. What will is that mistake? That my x is 0. I will be executing this. First, let me just run it. See, nothing had been printed just for the reason that it is not right. Now, what will be I doing? After that printing, I will be saying it's an infinite loop. That's why nothing is getting printed. I will be saying x plus equals to 1. It will be saying x equals to x plus 1. Now I am just running this code. Nothing had been printed. But why? Just a second. X equals to 0, x is greater than equals to 5. X should be less than equals to 5. There was a big mistake. Now, see, it has been printed from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How? We will be seeing that also. And what if I will not be writing this line also? Then it will be an infinite loop because there will be not any stopping condition. See, 0, 0, 0, 0. If you are not able to see, I am scrolling it down, but nothing had been changing. So I explicitly have to kill this terminal because it's an infinite loop. Now let us, I know that you will not be able to understand anything as of now. So now we will be decoding this code in our presentation. See what is happening. First, I will be writing my code here. What I have written there, I will be writing it here also. Let me just change the pen color to one. I have defined a variable. I have defined a variable x, which was equals to 0. Okay. Then I have defined a loop while I said x is smaller than or equal to 5. Till that time, print x, right? Suppose I write only this part, then it will be an infinite loop. As we have seen also that that code was printing 0 again and again and again. I hope this is clear, that this part is visible on the screen. I hope so. If not also, then I have just written the code that I have written here. Now, what is happening here? See, I wanted red color. Wait, array, yeah. See, first, as always, this statement will be executed, and a storage, a space inside storage will be created. A memory location will be created, which is named x, and a value 0 will be assigned in it. The basic syntax of defining a variable. After that, we are using a loop, while loop, and it will be only executed when x is smaller than equal to 5. So, what will be the result of this code? The result of this code will be true. We all know that the result of this code will be true because x is 0 and 0 is smaller than equal to 5. So when this condition will be true, then this block of code will be executed. But if this condition gives me false, then this code will not be executed. As of now, this code is executed. And what is written inside it? Print x. Okay, I have printed x, which is 0. So 0 got printed. Now what will happen? See, first this statement was implemented, then this statement was implemented, and because the statement was true, that's why this statement also get implemented. Now after that, if we will not be using this loop, in that case, my remaining lines of code that will be written below that, they will be implemented. But because we are using loop, again this statement will be implemented. Now it will check again that while x is less than 5, yes, x is less than 5, then again this line of code is executed, then again it will check. So it's an infinite loop because it is printing x and then again printing x, because x is smaller than 5 always. So it's an infinite loop, and it's very very important that you understand what is an infinite loop. Infinite loop is a loop that doesn't have any stopping condition and that can't be terminated. So we have to always and always avoid infinite loops in our code, because otherwise code will not throw an error, but infinite loop will be executed again and again and again. And at the end of the day, our code will be crashing, or either we explicitly have to terminate the terminal. So in practical conditions, what we do actually is, after this, if you remember, I have also written a statement x is plus 1. Sorry. Not this. I have written, yes, x plus equals to, and another assignment operator, okay, equals to 1. Now, what is this assignment operator? You will be only knowing this when you will be attending previous sessions. Now, what will be happening is, I just want to say, first, it will check this. X will be 0. It will be printing 0. because this statement is true. After that, x will be x plus 1, means now x will be 1. So again checking this, 1 is smaller than 5, it will be printing x, which is 1 now. After that, x will be increased by 1, it will become 2. So after that, it will be printing 2, then it will be printing 3, then 4, and then 5. And then it will be printing x, 5 will be printed. After that, x will be redefined as 6. And again, here it comes to this line of code, and it will be checking 6 less than equals to 5, but 6 will not be less than equals to 5. Hence, this statement will be returning false and the loop will be ended. I hope this much part is clear, because this is very important. This is very important to understand that what is happening and how this loop is working. If there are any doubts as of now, just pause the video, rewind it, see it again, and if you first of all, your doubt should be cleared. And if you still have that doubt, what you should do is just comment your doubt in under the comment section. I am always ready to answer your all the comments. Let's just dive into presentation again. And this was all for while loop. And this was a question also that we have done. See, if I here I write x plus 1 equals to 1. So this can be done to print from counting from 0 to 5. And if I want to print hello world 5 times, then what I will be doing, I will be just first removing this. And after that, I will be writing print hello world, hello world. Now see, it will see hello times is printed 5 times. Why? Because x is 0, while x is less than 5. So x is 0, which is less than 5. Then this statement will be printed. Hello world. After that, x will become 1, and it will check for this condition again. Yes, x 1 is also less than 5. Then again, it will be printing hello world. Then x will become 2. 1 will increase again. So it will be printing hello world again and again. And like this, it will be printing hello world 5 times. I don't know why my eye is being that itchy. Anyway, this was all for while loop. Now we will be understanding for loop. Now, what is a for loop? For loop, this is the syntax of for loop. I think, yes. Before doing the for loop, let us just do some practice questions with while loop. Yes. Uh, this is a question of for loop. Find the factorial of a number. Let us do this. We have to find the factorial of a number. Before doing any question, let me just tell you that each and every question of loops can be done by both for loop and while loop. But why we have two loops? Because some questions are very much easy when we do it with for loop, and those same questions can be very much difficult when we do it try to do it with while loop, and say vice versa. So we have to practice loops that much that we will be knowing that by using which loop it will be easier to do that particular question. Now, as of now, we are doing a question to find the factorial of a number. First, let us just take any number n as an input, as an integer input from the user, just by saying enter the number. Enter the number. Now, after this, we will be finding factorial of that number. Now, I will be writing while, and I will say n is equals to 1. Okay. Then I will be implementing that. Not equals to, I will be writing equals to because I am checking for condition, right? While n equals to 1, I will be executing this command. And before that, let me just do one thing. I will write fact equals to 0. Now, what is fact? This fact is factorial. Not 0, I will write it 1. Now, for those who don't know, sorry, I had forgot that there can be people who don't know what is the factorial. For them, I am just telling it quickly that if we have to find factorial of 4, like this is 4, and we just have to find factorial of 4. This is the symbol of factorial. Then what it will be equals to? It will be equals to 4 into 3, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So this is my factorial. And if I have to find 5 factorial, then it will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. If I have to find 7 factorial, it will be 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So basically, what we have to do is we have to multiply the whole numbers that are coming before it. So this is a factorial. So now we are writing code to find the factorial of a given number. So how we can do it? So for that purpose, what I will be doing here is, as of now, my factorial is 1. And when it comes, while n is equals to 1, I will just say not equals to 1, while n is greater than or equals to 1. Till that time, we have to multiply by fact equals to fact multiply by n, like this. In the end, not in the end, inside this loop only, no. In the end, let us just print the message that factorial factorial of the given number is fact. So let us just execute this code and see what will be happening. If I write 4, it will be 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it will be 6 into 4, 12. Why it is not being implemented? Just a second. Let me just execute this code. And suppose I want to find factorial of 4. I have written here 4. While n is greater than equals to 1. 4 is not greater than, it should be less than. Now let us execute this code. 4. Factorial of the given number is 1. So there is an error in this code. Let us just quickly debug it. So what is happening here? Factorial fact is equals to 1, and while n is less than equals to 1. Till the time n is smaller than 1. What is happening? It will 1 is greater? No, it should be n is greater than equals to 1, which is 4. 4 is greater than 1. So it will be executed. Fact should be multiply equals to n, and we have to print factorial of the given number is fact. What is the error in this code? Why this is not running? If I write n as 4, and while 4 4 is always greater than 1, right? Then again There's a error, guys. There's a error. We have not defined the stopping condition, which is very much important. We will be reducing the value of n by 1 every time. So now it will be, now when the code will be executing, first it will be answering asking for an integer input, and I have explicitly defined a variable which is factorial, which is 1, and till the time n is greater than equals to 1, then it will be multiplying the factorial with n. So first, if I write n equals to 4, now let us just see. N, if I write n is equals to 4, here I have given the input as n equals to 4. What will be happening is 4 is greater than equals to 1. 4, 4 is greater than equals to 1. This statement will be executed because, wait, yeah, now it is complete entirely correct code. 4 is, why I am getting confused? Just a second. While n, which is 4, 4 is not less than 1. Yeah, 4. 4, which is greater than 1. It is true. 4 is bigger than 1. So it will be multiplying the factorial by that number. What will be happening is factorial will be fact equals to fact multiplied by 4. And after that, n will be reduced by 1. Let us just implement this code. Yes. Factorial of the given number is 24. 6 into 4, 24. Yes. So this code is fine. There was, I also got confused in codes this question. So see what happens actually is there can be chances where you will be also facing certain errors. There can be chances where you will be also confused between the questions that what should I do, what should I not do. Just the thing that you have to do is here I was able to, during the editing part I can also trim this part, but I'm not trimming this part. I'm keeping this part just to show you, just to demonstrate you that being a human, each and every person can do mistakes. No one can be perfect. And I am gracefully accepting that, yes, I also got confused. I was also not able to crack it during the very first time, but I had to. Did gave up? Did I try to hide those flaws? No. That's the same thing that you also have to do. Accept the flaws, accept that you are doing certain mistakes, and just try to improve them. So this was our first question. So I hope now while loop is totally clear to each and every one of you. We can use the same, we can do the same question using a for loop also, but it's this particular question is very much easy to do with while loop. So we are doing that, this question with while loop. Now let us see what is for loop, and after that we will be covering range function. For loop. Now what is a for loop? This is the syntax of a for loop. Let me just quickly decode this. First, we have to write for, which is a keyword. After that, we will be writing I in list. As the name suggests, for, we will be checking till the time it is inside that thing. I is an iterator. It can be any variable. Either you can I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, any alphabet, or you can choose any range, like a word also. I can write for apple, for mango, for banana, or for chair, for table, for furniture, for anything. It's just a variable name. And because it's a variable name, all the rules that we have discussed in the variables and data types session that are used to do the nomenclature of a variable, that are all those rules are applicable in this. All those rules are applicable here also in this case. So as of now, I am taking I. In this in keyword is very much important. This key in is also a keyword. What it do is it checks that whether it is inside that thing or not. And after that, list. Here should be any list name. It can be a list, it can be a string, it can be a tuple, it can be a dictionary, it can be anything. What we'll be using most of the time is range function. Here, rather than using list, we will be most of the time we will be using range function. Now, what is range function? We will be discussing it in the very much next slide. And after that, again, colon and after colon, all of these are tab spaces. And here I will be writing the block of code statements that are required to be executed. Here I will be writing those statements. Now let us see what is range function. This is a range function. First I will be writing range keyword. After that we will be using braces. It is very much important to use braces in the beginning and ending of each and every function. After that we will this function have three parameters. First is start, then stop, then step. It is similarly as we have done in slicing also. It is same to as that. Now I know this is very much of theory. You will again not be able to understand anything. Now the topics will be like that only. By just uh, listening to the theoretical part, you will not be able to understand anything. Now I am actually demonstrating it inside my Visual Studio Code. So now you all guys will be able to understand it. Again, presentation. Now see what is happening. If I want to, let us take a question, and if I want to print numbers from 1 to 10, let us say. So for that, what I will be doing, I will be writing for. Yeah, I'm writing for. After for I is just a iterator. I in, I'm checking it. I in range, range function, braces. I will be writing 10. I will be writing 1 to 10, 1 to 11. I will be writing. I will be just saying colon print I. Now just run this code. See, it is printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, how it had been worked, what we have done. Now, let us just decode it. After that, we will be doing a lot of, not a lot, we will be doing practice questions. See, what had been done is when I had written that code, what happened is that code was, what was that code? Yes, for I. First, I have used a keyword which is for. Just a second. I'm just changing the tip of my stylus. Yes, for I in range. Rather than writing I can also write number. Just please forget me for my poor handwriting. Let me write it again. I write for I in range. 1 comma 11. This is 1, guys, not 2. This is 1. After, now tab space, I want to print I. Now what is happening in this case is, let me finish writing this code. Yes. What is happening? It is checking. Let me just change the color. Yes. This state for I in range 1 to 11. What this range function does, it checks again and again. First, it will be giving for I in. What this syntax will be doing, it will be just first doing I equals to, hmm, rather than this, let me just shift to pen. I will be equals to 1 because it is starting with C. Inside this, I will be first I will be writing start. Here I have written it. So it is starting with 1. So first I will be 1 and then I will be printed. Then again this statement will be executed. Now I will be 2 and that I will be printed again just because of this line of code. Now it will implement again this code. Now I will be 3. So 3 will be printed. Similarly, it will go till 10. Here I have written stop. After that, there will be stop. And here I have written stop 11. So it will print till only 10, but not 11 because the ending as we do in slicing, the ending index. Similarly, here the number that is used as stop is not included. So it will print till 10. And step size again, I just want to print 1, then I want to increase it by 1. I want to make my I from 1, then 2. After that, it should be 3, then 4, then 5. Uh, First, I want my I to be 1. After that, I want it to be 2. Then I want it to jump to 3, not 4. So I am increasing it one by one. So my step size is 1. And now, if I don't write step size, it is automatically adjusted to 1. And if I don't like stop, I have to write stop. I can't write, it is optional to write starting index also. If I don't write starting point, then it takes starting as 0. So that was all about range function. Now I hope this code is clear that it is checking for I in range. Till the time I is in range, it will be printing I. See, for I in range. Here, instead of I can also write number. And here also I have to write number. See, uh, it had been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I can also do one thing that I can print hello world. Now, hello world had been printed 10 times. See, we can count them also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so hello world had been printed 10 times. Now we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is happening is first it is being implemented for number equals to 1, then hello world is printing, then it is getting implemented for number equals to 2, then it is getting implemented. Similarly, it is being implemented till number equals to 10. And at that point also it is printing hello world. So see, we have written the code to print hello world 10 times by using both while loop and for loop. So as I've told you earlier also, it is very much possible to write all the codes using both the loops. It's just that we have to find out which one is easy or which one suits me, which one I am most comfortable while using. It is very important to understand. Now as for loop is also clear, let us just do one practice question of for loop. Uh, this practice question is completed. Find the factorial of a number. Now we'll be doing this practice question, which is count how many vowels are present in a string. Now what will be doing is first we will be taking st as an input, saying enter the string, enter the string. First we have taken any string st as an input. We have taken any string as an input and we have stored it inside a variable name st. Let me just see. Am I visible? Yes. Totally visible inside the camera. Yes. So first, I have done as of now in this particular question is yes. I have taken an input st. I have taken an integer. I have taken not st, not integer. I have taken a string as an input, and I have stored it inside st named variable. Now, what I will be doing, what my question says is, count how many vowels are present inside the string. Now, let me just create a vowel zero. By default, we are defining an variable name vowels, and we are setting its value to zero. Now, what will be I doing is here I will be using for loop for I, or I will say for alphabet. It will be very much longer variable name to be choose. So I will just take I. I have written alphabet just to demonstrate to you that any variable name can be used, but as I is smaller and crisp, so I am using I. For I in all the times while you are using for loop, 99% of the time you will be only using I, or some teachers or some students use J also, but 90% of the times you will be using I, 9% of the times you will be using J, and remaining 1% of the time you will be using any other name. So as of now I'm using I in, I will say ST, for I in ST. Now what will this do? We have not covered it yet. Suppose if I, what we have seen as of now, while range function, it matches it with the outputs of the range function. Like I have written for I in range 1 to something. Zero. If I will not write anything starting point, it will be ending one. If I write I in range bracket 5, it will be taking 0, 1, 2, 4. It by default, if I am not mentioning the starting point, it will take it as 0. I have told you also that. So in range function, it is matching with it the numbers. But now in this case, I am not using any range function. I am using string. Here I can also take an list also, and tuple also dictionary, or not dictionary, I think. But just try and see what happens. I will be telling you that in the next lecture probably. And if not, also just try to research that, because coding is a thing that you have to do research by your at your end also. Then you will be learning things in a more good or in a more better way. Now, for I in ST, what it will doing? Suppose my string is hello only. Now, what it will be using? First, it will take I as H. In this case, what was happening? Where we have this. First, I was two. Then I was first I was one. Then I was two. Then I was three. Then I was four. Then I was five. Like this. Now here, first I will be equals to H. Then I will be equals to E. Then I will be equals to L, then I will be again equals to L, then I will be equals to 0. Oh, so this will be happening in this case. Let me just quickly delete it. And for I in ST, what I will be doing is I will write that if, now see, I am using nesting. Inside for loop, I am using if. If you have not watched the previous sessions, you will not be able to understand how it is being used. So that's the reason why I always says do watch all the previous sessions earlier, then try to avoid the next session, because all of these things are linked. Now I will write if I in If I is equals to A, or I will just copy this, paste it, A, E, or A, E, I, or V, I is equals to A, E, I, O, A, E, I, O, or here I'm writing U. So what is this? It will check that whether it is equals to A, E, I, O, U, like that. So if it will be having any variable which is A, E, I, O, U, then vowels, which is variable that I have defined earlier, it will be getting plus by one. Vowels equals to vowel plus one. In the end, we will be printing numbers, number of vowels inside the given string. We will be writing vowels. Now let us execute this code. Here I have to write the string. Just let me kill this code. Write colon because it seems to be more. And if my string is suppose hello, see the number of vowels is two. Here it is taking E and O. So this is how we use nesting also in case of loops. So for those who don't understand this question, again pause the video, rewind it, and try to watch it again. If it is clear, then okay. If it is not clear, then post your doubt inside the comment section. I will be more than happy to solve your doubts and do all this. If you already have watched all the episodes, if you have not watched the previous episode in which we have covered conditionals, then you will not be able to understand it. First go and watch the previous episodes, then try to understand this one. So now let us range jump into the contents page. We have already covered while loop, we have covered for loop, we have covered range function. Now let us see break and continue statements. After that, practice. We will be seeing some practice questions. Now, see, it is being implemented again and again and again. There are chances that I want to terminate this loop. In that case, we use break and continue statements. What is that? Like, if the question will be that print the string alphabets one by one, and when you find a vowel, end the loop. At that time, what I will be doing is for I in st, if I is this, then just break. I will terminate this. And if I is equals to this, then break, else print I. Simple as that. If my word is, let us say anything like mm, drag. See, first D is being printed, then R is being printed. As soon as it finds an vowel, what I have written break. What this break does, this terminates the loop. Now we come out of the loop. What was happening earlier, these statements will be executing, then again this statement will be executing, then again this statement will be executing. But now, as I've written break, now we will be reach outside the loop. Now ninth line of code will be executed after this because it is not inside the for loop. This is the work of break. And if I just write continue, it will skip the current iteration. What do I mean from current iteration? Just let me show you that also. See, now what is happening? Continue, delete this. Now this again my single drag. So what is happening? It had implemented for D, R, and when it is A, only this iteration is being skipped. After that is D. Now what is iteration? See, when we are doing this thing again and again, which we are doing again and again inside loops, this process is called iteration. And when this code is getting implemented once, this block of code is getting implemented when it is first iteration, it is one iteration, and when it finds if the number, the given character of that string is vowel, it is continue. It will. I have written continue keyword. What it basically does is it skips this current iteration. Means for the word was drag. For that a, this code had been not been implemented. We extra have to implement that code again from the beginning. That iteration is skipped. Same thing is written here. Break completely terminates the loop. When we reach break, then that loop will be terminated, and continues just skips the current iteration only. So that was all. Now let us just do the practice questions. I hope all of you are ready for some practice questions. And today also I have, as usual, I have one major question for all of you that you should try to do it by yourself. Although I will be doing it myself too. We have already covered this practice question. Count how many vowels are present in a string. Find the factorial of a number. Now let us just do this. Print the following pattern. It is a kind of ritual to do this question in each and every coding language. I don't know why, but each and every class and each and every teacher teaches us how to solve this question. We just have to print this pattern. Now, how will be I printing it? I personally prefer using for loop. So I will be using for loops as of now. But I have told you how to do the questions with for loop, how to do the question with while loop. So just try figure it out which question is most doable with which loop. Just figure it out, and after that try to do it with that loop. So as of now, I will be doing my questions with for loop because I personally found to use for loop more. Most of the students try find for loop most useful. I am one of them. I will be using for loop for this question. Here I will getting for. Here there are five lines, right? First line, let me change the color. See, there are five lines. Number one, number two, number three, number four, and number five. So what I will be doing for I in range, I will starting from one, I will be going till six. I will be printing. What I have to print? I have to print this symbol, right? Asterisk symbol into I. Now see the magic. See, into I. First I will be one, then it will be printing once because I am multiplying it by one. When I will be two, it will be printing twice. Then I will be three, printing thrice. I will be four, printing four times. I will be five, printing five times. And I will be six will not be implemented because this ending parameter is not included in range function. And those who don't understand how it is being implemented, this statement, for them, it is very important to watch the episode where I have covered strings and lists. Not episode, to watch the session where I have covered strings and lists, because there I have explained how these arithmetic operators work in cases of strings also. So by this question is also completed. Let us just jump into our next question. Count the frequency of each character in a string. Now that's our last question for this session, and it's a very much important question to do. Now just watch me carefully what I do. We have to count the frequency of each character in a string. What we will be doing is we will be using dictionary in this case, and We will be just we will be using the character as key, and how many time it is being repeated as word or as value, because dictionary are used to store key value pairs, right? So without any theory, let us just do that thing. What we have to do in this question is we have to count the frequency of each character in a string. So again, we will be taking an string as an input by just saying enter the string. I hope this much part is clear to all of you. Now, I will be writing for I in ST. Till the time I is in ST, what is this? Okay. Till the time, not fair, for. Till the time I is in ST means it will be matching with each and every alphabet of that string. Till that time, what we will be doing is we will be, let us just say, if, not I will say not I will say char. Char is character, okay? As of now, char is character. If D char, I have forgotten. Let us just define an empty list here. D is an empty list. If character of D, what is this? That inside D dictionary, if that any key value pair, any key value pair whose key is char is not is existing. I am trying to access that. If that, if now I will say char, if char in D of char. No, this will not be true to be done. I'm also thinking, guys, you also think, although I'm knowing the solution. I hope this much part is clear as of now. What we have done, we have taken an input. We have taken an input. We have taken an input string. After that, what we have done, we have created an empty dictionary. Now we are checking that whether that character is inside that dictionary or not. Now what will we are doing is this. Let me switch to presentation. See here, for char inside dictionary, if char char is inside that dictionary, dictionary is D, then what will we are doing? I will be inside that. I will be increasing it by one. And if it is not there, then else. Now, what should be the else case? Try to guess that also. What will be the else case? In else case, we will be setting it to one. Now, what will this do? See, first, in my very first line, I have taken an string input. After that, I have defined an empty dictionary. Now I am using loop for character inside string. If that character is inside string, if that character is inside that dictionary, means it is already inside that dictionary, then the value of that key is being increased by one. Otherwise, its value is getting set to one. Now let me just implement this and write hello as my word. Now, but I have not printed it. In the end, I will be printing that dictionary also to see the results. If my now see, it is printing H1 because inside hello H is occurring once, E1 and L twice, O again once. Now how this is being implemented? Now see, in very much first case, my char will be equals to inside hello. In case of hello, my char will be equals to H. For char equals to H, H is not inside D, then else case will be executed, which says that T of char means inside the dictionary, this value will be created. Like inside D, char is H. So a key named H will be created and a value 1 getting assigned to it. Similarly, E as E is also not inside D, E is also setting 1 and L is also setting to 1. When we are using this first L is being set to 1. But when it comes to again the second L of hello, in that case, char exists inside D because L is there inside D. A key named L is there inside D, which the value of which is 1. We have set it to 1. So in that case, it is being increased by 1. It was 1 earlier, now it is being increased to 2. And after that, O again, like just H and E, it is 1. So now I hope that this question is clear to each and every one of you. If this question is not clear, first, if you have not watched the previous sessions, then watch those. And if you have also watched the previous sessions and still it is not clear, then pause this video, rewind this video, try to watch it again with a calm and composed mind. The things will be much more clearer to you. And if still it is not clear to you, there are certain doubts, then in that case, what you can do is just simply post your doubt inside the comment. I will be more than happy to solve your doubt. So, thank you. That was all for today's session. I hope you liked this session. So, in this session, we have successfully covered for loop and while loop control, which are another example of control flow statements, just like if and else. Not only this, we have also covered break and continue keywords. They are also keywords which are being used to manipulate or to get out of the loop. So, yeah, that was all about today's session, which was entirely about loops. I hope everything is clear. If not anything inside this session or inside any session of my this Python bootcamp series is any if anything is not clear to you, then just feel free to post a doubt under the comment section. I will be always happy to answer those doubts. So yeah, now let us just end this video. So that was all for today's video. I hope everything is clear. And if not clear, post comment. And that was all for today's video. We will meet in another video. Till then, take care and bye bye.